guys, Freemare here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about carving ears and hooves out. I got a request for this some time ago, and at the time I didn't either have a model that needed its ears carved out, or I just didn't have time. So here I have a older Arabian mare. It's a very old briar. And I'm going to carve her ears out. Her hooves don't need doing. Hooves like this that are just going to be sitting flat, you really don't need to do that because nobody's going to see it. The judge isn't going to see it, and there's a possibility it could make it more tippy. So, but her hooves, or her ears do need to be carved out more. So, a couple of supplies you're going to need is a pair of earphones, which I have on now. That's just to protect my ears because I don't like a lot of really loud noises, because we will be using a Dremel tool to carve out her ears. Now, when using a Dremel tool, if you're under the age of being able to use power tools, please ask your parents to either get to know how to use the tool or have them do it for you. Dremel tools you can pick up at most hardware stores. They range in all different prices. This one I got for Harbor Freight. I think it was like 30 bucks, which is a pretty good deal. They come with a bunch of attachments for grinding and sanding and all that fun stuff. But this one I have here, this is not normally the bit that I like to use for carving ears out, but the one that I did have is really dull. So I'm going to be using this one. But basically what you want is a round bit with a flat point. This is a little bit too long for my liking. If I would just snip it off like right there. So it's kind of like cone shaped. And this sort of bit has little tiny, it's very rough. And you should be able to find this at most hardware stores. So when I turn this on, you probably won't be able to hear me. So what I'm going to explain now is I'm going to take my Dremel tool and I'm going to carve inside the ear. You're trying to go in the center of the ear. Whoops, sorry. You're trying to go in the center of the ear here. You don't want to go too deep in because you may come out the other side. So you're just going to have to watch how I do this because it does take some practice. So here we go. So as you can see there, I've started to carve out the ear. And this is going to take practice. You may not get it on the first try. Just try to take as little as plastic as you can, because if you do make a mistake and you have to re-sculpt the ear, that's just more problems. What happens sometimes with your bits is that when the plastic is warming, it's because of the friction, it gets plastic buildup. So what I do is I just take a pair of pliers and just pull it off. So, and then of course this will need sanding afterwards. So now I'm going to do the other ear. More plastic buildup. And like I said, you know, you may not get this on your first try. You very well could ruin your first model trying to do this, and I only recommend doing this to body horses. Horses that are original finish, you don't want to do this to because this is considered customizing. So this would only be for horses that you are customizing or you just want to have around the house, you're never going to show them or whatever. Alright, so as you can see, both her ears are carved out. Then what you'll do is you'll just go back in there with your sandpaper around the edges on the inside to give it, get it sanded up. So yeah, but that's it guys. If you have any questions, please let me know.